We're going back to Genovia. We're going back to Zootopia. We're going back to Sister Act?
We're not playing. Put that basket out there. Get that money. Give that money, baby.
Following the success of the first two movies, Frozen 3 was an inevitability, with Disney CEO Bob Iger confirming it in an earnings call in early 2023. It was on this same call that Iger confirmed further installments of the Toy Story and Zootopia franchises, saying, "We'll have more to share about these productions soon, but this is a great example of how we're leaning into our unrivaled brands and franchises." Frozen 2 left us with an intriguing ending that is ripe for further exploration. Elsa, now no longer the Queen of Arendelle, has left to protect the Enchanted Forest after learning the extent of her power and her true calling. This leaves her sister Anna to take charge of the kingdom. Voice actors Idina Menzel and Kristen Bell are both on board to return, with the latter hilariously blurting out that a third movie would be coming before anything was officially confirmed.
Like to officially announce, with zero authority, Frozen 3.
Frozen 3 will reportedly have a November 2027 release, but in the meantime, fans can listen to the Frozen podcast, which introduces new characters and is designed to bridge the gap between 2 and 3. The Toy Story franchise has been delighting audiences since 1995, and over 30 years after the original movie, the fifth installment will be arriving in theaters in 2026. The first 3 films focus on Woody, Buzz, and the rest of the toy gang as their owner Andy grows up, while the fourth shows the toys moving on to find new kids and new adventures. But for Toy Story 5, it seems the group will be facing its biggest challenge yet: modern technology. In the teaser image revealed at D23, we can see the gang staring at a kid, but the kid is staring at a tablet screen instead of playing with them. Pixar's website explains, the gang's jobs get exponentially harder when they go head-to-head with this all-new threat to playtime. Toy Story 5 will be directed by Andrew Stanton, who co-wrote all 5 Toy Story films, and is set to be released in theaters on June 19th, 2026. 2016's Zootopia very much felt like the first film of a franchise, and so it was no surprise when a sequel was announced. Jared Bush, who co-directed the first movie along with Rich Moore, will be behind the camera again for Zootopia 2, which arrives in theaters in November 2025. According to the movie's logline, brave rabbit cop Judy Hopps and her friend, the fox Nick Wilde, team up again to crack a new case, the most perilous and intricate of their careers. Fan-favorite characters, including the scene-stealing Flash the Sloth, are set to return with a host of new animals joining the mix. Among them is Gary the Snake, voiced by Ke Huy Quan, who likely will play a significant part in the sequel story. A clip shown at D23 saw Judy and Nick inquiring about Gary's whereabouts, but it isn't yet clear whether he is a villain or a key witness. Almost 14 years passed between the 2004 release of The Incredibles and its 2018 sequel. Fans hopefully won't have to wait as long for the next sequel, though, as Pixar boss Pete Docter took to the stage at D23 in August 2024 to make the big announcement: Incredibles 3 is happening. And that's almost all we know about it so far, other than the fact that Brad Bird will be back to direct and hopefully to voice the iconic Edna Mode once again. In terms of a release date, it's unlikely that Pixar would want to have 2 major competing IPs in the same year, so with Toy Story 5 confirmed for 2026, we have to look at 2027 or beyond for Incredibles 3, just hopefully not too far beyond. There were 28 years between the original Tron movie in 1982 and Tron Legacy in 2010, but fans won't have to wait quite as long for the third installment. Tron Ares, due to be released in 2025, will mix things up with the characters from the computer world visiting Earth instead of the other way around. According to a Disney press release, Tron Ares follows a highly sophisticated program, Ares, who is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission, marking humankind's first encounter with AI beings. Portraying Ares is Jared Leto, while Evan Peters is set to play the villain, Julian Dillinger. A number of other cast members have also been announced, including Gillian Anderson, Greta Lee, Jodie Turner-Smith, Hassan Minaj, and more. And of course, Jeff Bridges is also due to return to the franchise, though in what capacity isn't yet clear. Joachim Roning, who previously directed Disney hits Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, will be behind the camera, and Trent Reznor's band Nine Inch Nails will provide the score, replacing Daft Punk, who provided the brilliant backdrop to Tron Legacy. We can't wait to see the results.
We're excited and we're up for blowing everybody's minds.
Even though Robert Downey Jr. had hinted that he would be happy to return to the MCU, nobody suspected the bombshell that dropped at San Diego Comic-Con in 2024. He would indeed be returning, but not as Iron Man. Instead, he'll be portraying the evil Dr. Doom in the Russo brothers-directed Avengers Doomsday, set to arrive in May 2026. After the plans for Avengers Kang Dynasty fell through, a major rethink was needed for the future of the MCU. The solution? Turn to the past by bringing back established icons like RDJ and the Russo brothers. Speaking with Games Radar, the Russo brothers teased an exciting storyline, saying, "Why would we come back if we didn't feel like we had a story that had that possibility of being on an equal footing with Infinity War and Endgame, unless there's a kernel there for an idea that's really explosive." The events of Doomsday are under wraps for now, but we do know that the Russos are also directing the next Avengers installment, titled Secret Wars. That movie is even further away, but Doomsday is due to start filming in spring 2025. It's been over 20 years since the last Princess Diaries movie hit theaters, and fortunately for fans, a return to Genovia is in the cards. A third Princess Diaries movie is due to start filming in 2025.
Shut up!
Anne Hathaway confirmed her return in an Instagram reel, while Crazy Rich Asians writer Adele Lim has signed on as director. For Lim, it's a dream come true. She released a statement that read, "As a diehard fan of the original Princess Diaries, I'm beyond excited to be a part of bringing the third iteration of this beloved franchise to life. So far, it's unclear whether Julie Andrews will return, as she will turn 90 in 2025, but there is hope that she will still make an appearance in the movie, even if only in a limited capacity." Believe it or not, the body swap comedy remake Freaky Friday celebrated its 20th anniversary in 2023, but that doesn't mean the sequel ship has sailed. In fact, Freakier Friday is set to arrive in theaters in August 2025. During a 20th anniversary reunion, stars Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan spoke about how keen they were to return to the franchise. In fact, Curtis revealed that she had the idea for a sequel while promoting another legacy sequel, Halloween Ends. She told the New York Times, "Something really touched a chord. When I came back, I called my friends at Disney and said, it feels like there's a movie to be made."
It's freakier, it's funnier, it's much more emotional.
Clearly, they liked her idea. Alongside the returning pair, original cast members Chad Michael Murray, Mark Harmon, and Christina Vidal-Mitchell will reprise their roles, with the likes of Julia Butters and Manny Jacinto signing on as new additions. Speaking at D23 in August 2024, Lohan said, "It's more fun, it's more emotional, and it's all for you guys." It might seem like just yesterday, but it's been more than 3 decades since Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit was released. But if there's one thing Disney loves, it's reviving its long-dormant franchises, especially when the original stars are up for the challenge. Sister Act 3 was actually greenlit way back in 2020, with Tyler Perry producing. Since then, director Tim Federle and screenwriter Madhuri Shaker have been added to the team. It's hoped that many of the previous cast members will be able to return to their roles alongside Whoopi Goldberg, although the actor admitted that some adjustments had to be made after the passing of Maggie Smith. Speaking on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Goldberg said, "We will get it done, it just is a shift." Goldberg has also talked about her dream cast, which includes the likes of Keke Palmer, Lizzo, and Nicki Minaj. It's likely Sister Act 3 will take the same route as Hocus Pocus 2 in 2022, skipping the theaters and going straight to Disney+, but so far there's no release date.
It's coming. It's coming around the mountain when it comes.
In 2019, Disney purchased 21st Century Fox, bringing the Mouse House a ton of fan-favorite franchises, including James Cameron's Avatar series. Cameron has planned 5 films, with the third of them due soon. Avatar: Fire and Ash is set to hit theaters December 19th, 2025. In November 2024, Disney shared the first concept art from Fire and Ash, tweeting that we will see Pandora like never before. Cameron said at the D23 event in Anaheim, "It's an insane adventure and a feast for the eyes, but it's also got very high emotional stakes, more than ever before." Fire and Ash will see Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana return as Jake and Neytiri. Una Chaplin will reportedly play the leader of the Ash People, while David Thewlis and Michelle Yeoh will also be portraying new characters. And contrary to rumors, Cameron told The Hollywood Reporter that he would be directing all of the Avatar movies, unless he gets, quote, hit by a bus. Among the other properties acquired by Disney in the Fox purchase was the fan-favorite animated series Ice Age. They have big plans for it too, as Ice Age 6 has been announced with a reported December 2026 release date. Cast members Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, Queen Latifah, Dennis Leary, and Simon Pegg are all reportedly returning to reprise their roles. What the movie is about, though, is still unclear. What we do know is that it won't be made by Blue Sky Studios, the animation house that made the first 5 Ice Age films, as Disney shut the studio down in 2021. Predator is another franchise acquired by Disney when they purchased Fox, and you can expect a lot to happen in that universe. 2 new films are on the way. One of these is still under wraps, but confirmed for 2025 is Predator Badlands, with director Dan Trachtenberg returning to the series, following his work on the very well-received Prey. While still part of the wider Predator franchise, Badlands is reportedly a standalone film, with a slightly different focus from previous Predator films, Trachtenberg told Empire. The creature is front and center, leading the charge. He's still badass, but there's something there that touches you emotionally, too. The stripped-back approach to Prey, with its emotional core, was one of the many things that resonated with audiences. It seems the plan for Badlands is to do something similar, but with the focus on the Predator itself. Trachtenberg said, "It came from a desire to find another essential piece of cinema that does what Prey did spiritually, pushing the franchise's boundaries, letting us root for a hero we rarely get to root for, but in a different way." There are still human characters, though, with Elle Fanning cast in multiple roles. According to Trachtenberg, she faced intense challenges on this movie, dramatically, physically, logistically. Color us intrigued.